I'm going to put that hello. This is the day that everyone has been waiting for, and it is the day that we are making, I'm going to just call them Gloria's folios that hold the 5x8 paper pad in them. And Chris is going to show us how to do it. She's got samples to show us. She's pulled paper and supplies that you need to make them. And Chris told me that once you start making them, it's hard to stop.
Yes, it is. That's why I was like, oh, but this paper would be fun. Oh, this one would be cool. Yeah, so it's a little addicting. Thanks, Gloria.
I know. I could see that too. Once you start, you just see all kinds of possibilities. They make wonderful gifts. And when you guys go crazy, start making them after Chris shows you how. Post pictures because we would love to see what you're making. We definitely would love to see it. So welcome and happy Friday. It's a great day here in Iowa, and you're at Memory Bound. You're in our classroom, and I'm Kelly. And Chris is here today, and we've got a great video for you. And you know what, Chris? I wanted to, before we end, I want to figure out what's going on next week so we can kind of tell people at the end of the video. So, well, or let's do it now.
Well, I can put this back and we can.
Okay, well, let's just so we don't forget.
No, we won't.
And Denise is here from Carlisle. So Denise, thank you. Glad you enjoyed the sale yesterday. And that reminds me how I'd like to start the day off. OSHA's getting ready for another crop. Oh, it's a fundraiser for MS. Nice. Love it.
That's wonderful.
And Debbie's here. Hi, Debbie. And Chris is here, and she's got her cool shirt on. Oh my gosh, I've got a very similar shirt on,
Yeah, we
Chris.
do.
We both have our memory bound. We like the V-necks. We got crew necks and V-necks, and Chris and I are the V-neck people. So before we get started with Chris, I've got a couple things to show you guys. So I'm going to give the camera to Chris. And basically, my big thing I want to say is thank you. I had the most wonderful birthday yesterday, and I just couldn't believe all the birthday wishes, and the staff brought in lunch, and they had cake, and Brenda brought in Pella bakery goods, and nice. Chris brought me a Starbucks gift card and a Starbucks cup. So things that I really don't even expect. So thank you, everyone. And part of my booty, you might say, was some cards, and I want to show them because I know you guys love cards and you love to see cards.
Yes.
And I think I might have shown this one yesterday, but I'm going to show them all again so you can see them.
I love those little flowers on there. Those
I know,
so
that's the
cute.
Impression Obsession, the little flowers. And this, Kathy delivered this to me in person, and she even put a little butterfly on the inside.
That's
so
adorable.
That's a clever idea for you guys.
Yeah. I love to open it and have a surprise like that.
And then I showed this one from Crafty Kathy, and she has the date stamp on the back, and she stamped my birthday on the back. So that's another thing. If you've got a date stamp, it's always fun. I always stamp people's birthday cards or their envelopes or something with the date. And then we had shown this one. This was from Sarah. She must have dropped it off after I left one day. So thank you, Sarah. And then Jackie was very sneaky yesterday. I'm not really sure, but Jackie, when you're in again, I'm going to ask you about this because she asked me if I remembered the receptionist from when I worked at the distribution center for Maurice's, and I did. And she had snuck in a card from Jill. So Jill, I have no idea if you're watching. Maybe Jackie is, but this was a total surprise because we have not worked together for over 20 years because I've been at Memory Bound. So that was really special. And then Barb dropped this card off. See, some of the cards came in person. I got to see you and thank you in person, and some came via mail or dropped off and found them in the office. And I mentioned that Brenda brought in some bakery goods for us, which we're going to finish up today, and this was her card. And Chris, I love all the little smooshing.
Yes.
So what a beautiful technique, and it's got my favorite little gems on it. So Brenda, I'm really sorry I didn't get to tell you yesterday. Thank you when you were in. I think it was during our video. And then Katie brought me in a card, and you guys might recognize this.
I'm getting so many ideas for cards.
I know. Well, this is actually the rub-on. So this is the card kit from Gardenia, and that's a rub-on. And I love Happy Cake Day.
Yeah.
And it was a happy day, and it was a cake day. And then my friend Juanita came in yesterday and made me a card with the P.S. I Love You from Graphic 45. And what I thought was really kind of neat about this, she's got the message was in underneath a little flap when you have patterned paper like that. So
cute.
Love it. And then she also like signed it on the back with the year, which is kind of a cool thing to do with your handmade cards. And then Denise brought me this card. And look at this, you guys. This little piece opens. So I thought that was a really neat closure to have that little strap there. And Gloria made me a card. And I told Gloria when I saw the washi tape on the envelope and the purple, I knew it was from her. So thank you, Gloria. And this was on my desk this morning. And this was from Kristen.
I love those little pots.
Those are the little pots from I.O. And you guys, it's just so cute.
Well, and the way she shadowed underneath the pots.
Thank you for mentioning that. It looks like a little bit of Copic marker, one of the light grays.
That really just makes them pop.
And then I knew this was from Diana. She didn't even have to sign it because Diana's cards are always 5x7 and they always have lots of layers, lots of die cuts, and she's even got the acetate leaves on there, so you can get a good look at those.
That's beautiful.
See what they're like. So thank you, Diana. And then Janine came in yesterday on her day off.
I know.
Well, Diana was here on her day off and she did our demo. Janine came in on her day off to have lunch with us, and look at this is got her groovy van on it. So thank you, Janine. So I got so many cards. I just want to say thank you again to everybody. I had a wonderful birthday. I spent the evening with family, and my daughter and her family showed up unexpectedly at the restaurant. My mom and dad and my sister and brother-in-law. So I had a great full day. So it was wonderful. So thanks, everybody.
You deserve a wonderful birthday.
I hope everybody has a birthday half as good as mine was. So
nice. And of course, Maggie made earrings.
Yes. And I dressed down today, so I'm not wearing my Tim Holtz diamonds. So the staff now has diamond earrings, courtesy of Maggie and Tim Holtz. So
your searchlight earrings.
So
they're like a big beacon.
Searchlight. Oh my gosh, I love that, Chris. Yeah. So anyway, it was a great day, and thanks again, everyone. And today's a good day. Chris is doing the folio that all of you have been waiting for. So let's get to it, shall we?
All right. Yes. Now, thanks to Gloria, our customer.
Yes, Chris will tell us the history on.
She brought each of us.
I know. Could you imagine?
No, we were all blown away. Look how gorgeous. And the little embellishments she added. I know you showed these the other day. She signed each of them, wrote a note.
Very personal.
Isn't it? It just made it that much more special, I think.
And I love it that she put a note on the tablet. So if you make one for a gift, it's kind of where you put your greeting and your message.
Well, just to take the time to do that, it just makes it more special. And she did different things with the extra paper that she had.
I like the pocket because you could tuck receipts or other little notes if you wanted to. Reminders.
Used the tape, the ticket tape. I don't know. I just think they're wonderful for taking on vacation or just having sit next to your table so you can make notes. I was showing the granddaughters these, and the one that's 23, she's like, so when you're done with those, and I said, honey, you don't have to take one if you. She goes, no, Grandma, I love the bee. So even the young generation loves them, and you can decorate them up any way you want. So you could make them for anybody, for a hip 20-something or grandma or whatever you like. Exactly. Now I don't know if you want me to show you each of these now, and we can kind of go through them, or you want me to make them. Cal, you tell me.
Oh gosh, show us one more. Show us one more, and then let's get to it. We'll make them, and then you can show us some more.
This one, of course, is the Gardenia paper,
and that is beautiful, Chris.
Now I want to show. I somehow lost my paper, so this is what it would look like without that little piece there.
Yeah, show us.
Compared
show us another one.
Compared to this, I mean, it just dresses it up, and it's a little piece of paper. It takes you 30 seconds, but it just really adds to the whole.
And Chris, take the tablet out just so they can see how you can put more tablets in. You can refill them very easily.
You have a nice thick guard there to slide it in and out of so that you're not going to have an issue with it. I had some extra paper left, so I made a little tag to put in here.
And that could be if you're giving it as a gift, you could write something on the tag.
Oh, definitely. You know, I could have turned it the other way and put a nice rub-on on it, but you see how easy it slides in and out. Of course, this side's a pocket. I used the chipboard words, put hello. There were some hearts in there.
So she used the Gardenia collection on that one.
Yep. There were some hearts in there. I wanted them to be a little sparkly, so I used the glossy accents on the hearts.
Oh, okay.
Just to add a little something.
Okay, well that's something. That's pretty cool. So if you want to make your hearts glossy, get yourself some glossy accents.
Yeah.
And if you have Morning Dew Nouveau drops, they'll do the same thing.
Yep. All right.
Well, Corinne is taking a break from her packing, Chris. She's moving. Sounds like a big move. And she's taking a break to watch our video today.
Oh, good.
So hopefully this will be a good break.
Thank you for that. And
put your feet up and
relax.
Come along for the ride.
Hopefully I'll make it relaxing. We'll see.
So Chris is going to show us how to put the actual folio together and what you need to do. And then she's going to decorate one for us so you can see how to add paper. Yep. And then there is a kit that we do have a kit where you get a tablet and you get 2 sheets of the 100-pound white cardstock and you get your magnet. There it is right there. And you also get directions.
Right. Along with all the dimensions of what these papers are, so you don't have to do any of the thinking about it. You can just put it together.
And Chris, thanks for measuring everything and getting all that together for us.
You are welcome. And full disclosure, I did the measuring and then
she figured out how to do it.
I explained to Kelly what I was doing and she wrote it out.
And we got it up.
There's some days I can't speak, so
I think we all have those days.
Oh boy. Now Gloria was in one day and she gave me her dimensions. I changed them a little bit and changed it up a little. That worked better for me, and I had talked to her about that, and she's like, heck yeah, that's what you do with projects. If it works better for you.
Right, and you can always change things up.
So you're going to start with 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11. The one piece you're leaving just as. The next piece, I'm going to take 3 inches off of it. So I'm going to make this one 8 by 8.5. And you're going to save that.
Okay, so cut it off, but save it.
Yep, that's all the cutting you're going to do. Well, that's a lie.
Well, and Chris, the kit, Brenda, is $5.99. I'm sorry we didn't mention that. And Bonnie's coming for a visit this afternoon.
Yay.
So you can see him in person.
Good. All right, so this piece that is, you just cut off, and it is 8.5 by 3. You're going to now make this 6 1/4 by 3. You're going to leave it 3, but you're going to make it 6 1/4.
So we got to trim it down a little bit.
Yep. You can get rid of this, save it for something else.
So now we have 3 pieces. You got the full sheet, 8.5 by 11. You've got the 6 or the 3 by 6 1/4, and then your other piece that is. Whatever, I don't remember.
8.5 by 8.
8.5 by 8. Oh, yeah, I do remember it now.
All right, so this piece we're going to score at a 1/2 inch. Sorry, I put my hand in there, but I had to hold on to it. And, I mean, you can flip it around and score it again at a 1/2 inch, or you can score it at 5 3/4. You're just going to have a 1/2 inch on each end. And this is going to be where your tablet's going to slide into.
Oh, okay, that's for that inside piece.
Yep. So this one is the 8.5 by 11, and you're going to do your first score at 3 inches.
And if this is all in the directions, if you decide you want to get the kit, Chris has got this all in the directions, and we also have a diagram too.
And then you're going to go to 8 5/8.
And Chris is using the Caterpillar crease which is a kind of a deluxe scoreboard. Or if you have the EK Success scoreboard or the Score Pal, whatever you have will work.
I like this because I can read the numbers.
The numbers
so
are
well.
nice and black.
Yep, I didn't have to blacken it. It came that way. And then your third is going to be at 9. So 3, 8 and 5/8, and 9.
Well, the other thing that's different with this scoring board is it uses more of a ball stylus than a crease tool.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool.
And then this one, you're going to go on the short side.
So the 8-inch side.
Yep, 8-inch side, and you're going to score this one at 5 and 5/8. And I always go down twice just to make sure I have a good crease. And 6.
And we just got asked about the directions, and right now we don't have the directions available separate. Maybe that's something we can look into after the video and get them set up, but right now we just have them in the kit. So we'll check into that after the video and see what we can do about it.
All right, that's all the scoring you're going to do. Let me get rid of that. And then I just like to get a nice fold. I go over the mountain so that you don't.
Yep, that's what a lot of people do.
Tear your paper. I could use my scoring tool. I'll just use my fingers. And then, you know.
And Chris is using the 100-pound white cardstock that comes with the tablet and the directions and the magnet that comes in the kit together. Yep. So, Chris, do you think that normal 80-pound cardstock would?
No, I would not like it as well.
Would be too flimsy?
I think it would be too flimsy. This way, you get a nice, solid crease.
Well, you can even hear it. Like, yeah, it even sounds solid. It's a solid sounder.
It's worth using the 100-pound. This is going to end up being our flap, or our little pocket, I should say. And then, as you can see, I used either the rounder or this one. This is the only one we have right now.
Okay, so Chris did, it looks like the ones that original from Gloria were rounded on the corners. And Chris has got one that's rounded here, and then she used the slant punch, the diagonal punch, on these two. And I thought that was pretty clever, Chris, actually.
Well,
did a little changing it up from a corner rounder.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's fun just to change it up, make it a little different for each one, especially if you're doing multiples.
We have a question about the notepad.
Okay.
And it is a standard size. It's 5 by 8. And if you wanted to use a different notepad, you could probably just adjust your paper size. I'm sorry, yep. I said side. And then we have, what is the score line on the pocket piece for the tablet? So
on this is your first score line on the 8.5 by 11, and that was at 3 inches.
Okay. Maybe just review the score lines one more time,
okay.
Chris.
Do you want me to?
Yeah. We're going to review the score lines just as a good reminder.
Okay, so your first score line was 3 inches, 8 and 5/8, and 9.
Okay.
That's for the full piece. And then the 8.5 by 11, you're going to score it on the short side, and you're going to score at 5 and 5/8 and 6.
Perfect.
And then this is the piece that your little notebook is going to slide into. It is 3 by 6 1/4, and you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch and 5 3/4.
Perfect. So once you get your pieces cut the right dimension and get them scored, you really are on your way.
Oh yeah, it's a very quick. Maggie asked me yesterday how long she thought it took me to put one together, and I said it took me the longest just to pick out my paper.
Well, you did a good job on your paper.
Oh, thank you.
Look at how these pictorial papers, we used them on cards the other day, card fronts, and they make a great folio front too.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. Okay, so now you're going to take your largest piece, you're going to put the 3-inch score line to your left. For me, it's to my left because I'm right-handed. And then we have the other two. I'm going to lay down glue as close to, without touching this score line. Whoops, and then I went over it, but that's all right. And you want to glue it up pretty well.
So she's avoiding the little score lines there, which are, I think those are going to be the spine.
And then you're going to go as close to the score line without overlapping it. You want to stay to the west of,
or the, depending on where you're sitting.
Or the east, I should say. So then just lay that down, and that's...
And Chris, you like liquid glue for this project?
I do for parts of it. For the pocket, I'm going to use my score tape. Katie's not here for me to wipe it
that under the table?
No, nuh-uh. I'd rather wipe it on my pants. And then, you know,
I mean, look,
make sure it's nice and even, because that's the important thing. You just want it to come together nice. Now, what I did find out was if you're off a little bit, take your magnet. That's when you can readjust with your magnet a little bit.
Oh, okay, sure.
Now that it's put together and I know what is what, this is going to be my pocket. This is going to be my flap.
See, I have to really think about that, Chris. Okay, so open it, do that one more time. So it's all opened.
Yep.
And I always have to think about that this is going to be the pocket, this end that does not have like the double score line. So
correct.
That's something that my brain needs to work on.
Well, and it would be easier if I could go ahead and glue it down, but I want to put my decorative paper down first.
Oh,
before I glue it down. So that's why.
Oh, and you are doing the. I had to open this one up, guys. So you are going to do your pocket corners. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I just think I like it.
I love it, Chris. I wouldn't have thought to do that.
If I can use this little thing, I use it as much as I can.
It's been very popular, and that's the 3-way diagonal punch, and it's good for making tags, or like Chris is doing, to clip off your corners in a different way rather than rounding them.
And I used it in that little tag in here also.
Oh, let's see that again.
I just cut pieces of paper and then used it to make a tag.
Yes,
Yeah.
good old U.S. Postal.
So there you go.
Yeah.
And there's another one somewhere in here that I used to do, I put a bookmark in instead, just for something fun to give somebody. All right, so now we're going to use this beautiful blue paper.
Oh, okay, so this is gardenia, and this is the new gardenia, and she's using, this is the sheet we used the other day for cards.
I know
This is the Classics, the blue Persuasion, and that's going to make a beautiful front. And then this is the back of the paper here, and it looks like Chris matched up a blue color vibe. Let's see what color you picked. Denim. So she, sorry if that looked weird. I was trying to read it and figure out what it was. So she picked out denim to go with it for a contrast.
All right, I went ahead at home and decided how I wanted to lay it out, because nobody has that much time.
You pre-cut the paper.
I pre-cut the paper, and I made myself little notes so that
idea.
I would put them in
Now,
the right spot.
on our directions in the kit, Chris has given you the dimensions of all the pattern paper. If you're making it at home and you're not getting the kit, just get out a ruler and measure it, and you can figure it out. So this is going on the inside.
And I like to leave a little. Now, obviously, you could ink all of your edges, which is beautiful too. It's
just a choice.
Exactly.
So she just added this piece right here on the inside, that's on the inside cover, I guess you would say.
Exactly. And then I'm going to, on this I use score tape, because if you're putting things in and out all the time, you want it to be nice and strong. So I just put a little score tape on here. You're not going to put paper on the inside of your pocket, because nobody's going to see it.
Don't need to see it, right.
And I found that I used 2 pieces of decorative paper.
Oh, 2
per
full
album,
sheets?
yes.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So it takes 2 full sheets.
Yes.
You could even leave your pocket white if you wanted
yeah,
to. I
yep.
mean, there's so many options.
And I would probably go ahead and use some of the rub-ons to decorate.
And we'll
this.
show these others again, Chris, that you've already decorated
Yeah.
and things. Now, we just had a question about the kit. So the paper tablet folio kit, it comes with the directions with all the dimensions. It's got diagrams. It's got your 5x8 tablet, paper tablet, and then it also has 2 sheets of 100-pound white cardstock, and it has a magnet, and it's $5.99. And we have loaded up on those. They've been popular already. We gave a sneak peek earlier in the week. Love it when something can rhyme.
When yes, you're a poet and
So
didn't know
Chris,
it.
you just used the same corner punch, and then it's going to match up perfectly. Is that
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. I love it.
And here's what happened, Kelly.
Tell me, Chris.
I was going to bring
Oh, I love that.
my the rounder and not the diagonal.
Oh, okay.
So I have
Do you
my
have some rounded things?
well, I have everything rounded because I was trying to be prepared. So what I'm doing
Can you just reclip them?
is, yeah, that's what I did. This was round, so
so it was
yeah.
rounded, and
Yep,
she
so I
reclipped
just-
it at a diagonal.
Yep.
Well, you know what? I don't know if this helps you, but I'm kind of glad that you are doing this, because I don't think about doing things like this with a slanted edge. I'm more of a rounded edge. So I'm going out of my box
Well,
right
good.
now.
Now I have a magnet here. I'm going to make sure you put that on before you decorate.
Right.
And because
We need to get a package of magnets to show people. There's one right over here, Chris.
Okay.
I just want to show people what they look
Alrighty.
like. So I'm walking backwards.
very good. You're tricky.
Yes, very good. I'm tricky. So what's included in the kit is the basic gray magnets, and they are larger. The larger ones are included. Chris and I wanted it to really hold and be strong. And when you get those magnets, there's a plus and a minus. And I don't know, did
minus.
you stick one down already? Oh,
Nope.
you've got them.
Nope.
So they've got, and they're self-adhesive, which is really nice.
No. And let's see if I can get them apart.
So when you open up your package of magnets, you're not going to be able to put 2 pluses together or 2 minuses together.
No.
And you'll figure that out.
Real quick.
But make sure you stick them together like Chris did when you are doing that. Oh my gosh, Michelle's going to make them for her book club.
Oh, how nice.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and then they can take notes on the book they're reading.
Yes.
I love that idea. Okay, so we're going to go inside a flap. So this is where the magnet is here. So not on the outside. So in here and here are where my magnets are. Now the one thing I recommend is when you put your magnet down, make sure you're not too close to the edge, because then you have a little trouble getting your paper to
stick down over the top of it.
Yeah,
You need
so
a little bit of overlap.
Yep. You know, learn from my mistakes. And I'm going to come right kind of towards the middle. You know, nobody's going to know. I'm not going to measure it. Why would I? And then you just pull off this other.
Okay, Teresa, they're going to make these for their book club, and they're wondering if we have any. Do we have any of that book paper up in graduation? Okay, and here's a suggestion for people to put score tape over your magnets after you stick them down. They say they'll stay in place better. So
Oh.
that might be another tip
There
too
you go.
when you're covering with paper.
Now this is just a little off on the bottom. It's going to bug me. So this is the point where I'm going to
That's-
just adjust it
Oh, okay. It's
and
barely
put it
off.
down. And now it's going to be fine.
Oh, Chris, that's a great tip.
So-
I love it. Janet says the click is so satisfying.
though?
And I think we had another clicker message, but I missed it, so I'm sorry. Oh, Elena says, big magnets, big click. So do we have to say, I like big magnets and I cannot lie? Yeah, I love using magnets.
Isn't this just pretty with that? I don't
it's
know,
a good
something
contrast.
about it.
So she put her magnets together and stuck one down and then peeled off the backing and then closed her flap so the other one would stick in the perfect place. Some magnets don't have adhesive on them. Okay.
Oh, that's fun.
These from Basic Gray do, and you guys, Basic Gray was like one of the top companies years ago, and now all that's left are their magnets. But I'm glad they are, because on here you get enough for 6 pairs and they're $8.49. But if you get the kit, it's included. Now, Chris, are you
Now,
Chris is clipping again?
see how I have the rounded corner because I meant
she
to bring
prepared
that.
because she got all prepared.
And it's, I forgot it, so I'm just going to stick it
I
in
love
here.
it. It's working perfect.
It is. It's fine. It's fine, Kelly.
Now, those that are making these for your book club, we do have this paper from Photoplay called Study Group that's got books on it. That's really pretty cool. And I also want to tell you, there is a collection. Just watch. There's something coming out. It must be maybe a July release that's all about books and reading. So be prepared for that. I don't know if you can wait that long, but I believe it's next month. We are ordering it today. And so if you're making them for your book club, this is perfect because you could cut this into stripes and then you could add some other maybe color vibes with it. And we could match those up for you if you want us to. And also the sneak peek, that I'm not really a peek, but the sneak is there is a collection coming out about reading, and I believe it's in July. And if you want that, give us a call or send us an email and we'll put your name down and call you when it gets here. I haven't even looked at it. It just came in an email, and we're going to get it ordered today.
And the other thing, make sure you are sold on, if you're going to use the rounders or you're sold on what direction you want your paper to be, or which side.
Oh, sure.
Because otherwise, you can get things going upside down or whatever. But I like it because that's that way. I like it this way.
You're going to keep it.
Yep, I'm going to keep it
side.
that way. And this, I do use my
tape runner.
My tape runner.
That's the classic Easy Runner Grand.
And I love the dots. I brought out the dots just to show too.
Chris is talking about, this is a refill for the Easy Runner Grand, and it, instead of putting out the little, what do you call them, little strips of white tape, that puts out little dots. And Janet says the diagonal punch is showing out of stock, but it's not out of stock, right?
We have 2 of them.
We'll have to have Diane check on that. We're pretty sure we have 2, unless something has been put on an order during our video. And we have a lot more coming. We normally carry a lot of those, and they just kind of got depleted down to 2 before we knew it, Chris.
I know it. I think we've been using them for a lot of projects, and
well, and they're nice. People like them.
I got a little tape on there, but so be it. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead. I put my paper on here first.
Okay. Oh, we're doing the little paper pad.
Do you like it like that, or do you like it? I mean, it's going to be covered up.
I kind of like the butterfly because you got the butterflies over here.
Okay. Like I said, at home, I would get out my rub-ons. I think I brought some over to show because I did put them on some of that. Whoopsie.
Janine's here. Hey, Janine. Oh, you've got the shirt on too. 3 of us are wearing that shirt today. Can you ask Diane to check on these? We have 2, and it says we're out.
Uh-oh.
So Chris is using this paper from Gardenia, and she picked out the Spectrum Gardenia Blue Persuasion that she's using today. And and she's gluing the pieces on to show us how cool they are. And while she's doing that, I'm going to show you the cards that we made with the same paper. What was it, a couple days ago? Mm-hmm. Oh, but wait, I don't want to miss this.
Well,
so you're doing score tape on the little flaps?
On this, I do score tape because, again, you're moving the tablet in and out a lot, and you want it to really hold. You could put liquid glue with it, but
some people like to put liquid glue on top of their score tape because they say they can move it around if you're unsure about. But there's a product called Undo. If you stick something down, don't panic.
It is the best.
And if you
stuff.
need to, you can always just
Now,
do it. Yeah, where do we put
I
this?
came down about 3/4 of an inch from the top. So from the white, go down about 3/4 of an inch. I leave the back on one.
Thanks.
And you got to come pretty close to the edge. As you can see, there's not
zoom in on
much, not much wiggle room.
Just a speck of blue is going to
Yep.
show behind that. And Chris is doing it in front of 173 viewers right now.
Good morning.
So no
people.
worries, no worries.
No worries. Okay, so I put one down, and then I take the flap out. And
Oh my gosh.
it
Chris,
just-
that's a wow for me. No,
Oh.
I would have just put them both down and tried to line them up.
well,
Good idea.
lesson learned.
Very good idea.
And there you go. Now that is firmly down. We're good there. We don't have many pieces left to go. This is the back, and I may have cut it a little short. We'll see.
Let's find out.
Yep, and that's okay. On these
Yeah,
and
show
on your
us-
directions.
Show us the difference here.
Okay.
Because that's probably fine. What you
Yeah,
have.
yeah, it will be fine. I chose to make all my backs more the full length, and that's what the directions
So
are
they're
that you're
8
going to
and a
be
half
cutting
instead of
Yes.
8 1/4. Like
Correct. Only because I didn't want my seam showing.
there's a little tiny seam that I'm trying to see it, and I don't
Right.
hardly even see it.
Exactly. So, if that doesn't bother you, then leave it a different size. But the size that's in the directions is to cover
It will
the
cover
whole
the
back.
whole back,
Yep.
and you'll have a little bit of border on the sides, just a little bit,
Yep.
but it covers top to bottom. And okay, let's see. We've got a question. Oh, the darkroom door stamps. We do not have more on order. So if there's Michelle, if there's something you want, give us a call so that we can order that for you. I think we sold out of them yesterday.
Okay, that's a little off. That's all right. So now you're also going to.
Yeah. What else, Chris? I
Well-
love it already.
Yeah. Where do you live at, Betty?
Oh, you got some decorations.
Yeah,
Oh, there's
well,
a little spine
you need
piece.
to do. You don't need to do, but I
you do
like
it
to
on
have
all
it
yours?
covered. Yep, and so did Gloria. I just think it looks nice, and so
So it's an optional, your 2 spine pieces.
Yeah.
So she's got them on both sides here.
and I think I like darker. So
And if you missed us earlier, or if you're just joining us, Chris said it takes about 2 sheets of paper, 12 by 12 decorative paper, to do this, to cover all the different sides. And I like the liquid glue on that. I just think, Chris, I've been using liquid glue like crazy.
I think it holds better on some things. I don't, and I left a little gap on each end, especially if you're going to ink. Then I think it's a nice,
Yes, yes.
and it doesn't take long to dry. So
And the diagonal corner punch is fixed, so I don't know what was wrong with it, but it's fixed, whoever was needing that.
I'm not sure how many times I'm going to stick my fingers in the glue there, but oh well.
And the gardenia, there's a question about the gardenia.
Okay.
So I'm going to ring the bell again. The gardenia is divided up into 3 types of paper. We need 1 of each collection pack from gardenia. There's 3 different ones. Thanks, Janine. Janine's our helper today, and she's all
on
over
it.
it. And Brenda, we're getting the information for you.
And then also you're going to want to put it on the inside.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, that's something you don't even realize is there, but here it is on this one.
Yeah, you don't notice it, but once it's there, I think it just adds a little something
Yeah,
extra.
definitely.
And then comes the fun part. Oh, there's Janine back.
Thanks, Janine. Thank you. No, this is perfect. Thank you.
Okay, and then
Chris,
that's
that
laid
came together
down.
really well. I know it helped
you.
that you pre-cut everything for us. And while she's getting out her next pieces, the Spectrum Gardenia has kind of like three families within it. You get the solids, and those all come in a pack. And those are the solids. I think they're all $11.99. And then there are what they call the foundations, the painted foundations. And they're kind of the more kind of graphic, modern, artsy looking papers. And then what Chris is using is the classics. And these papers are mostly the florals or kind of painted swatches. I don't think that's a very good description. I hope Katie and Janine are not listening or watching today. But they have all the beautiful florals, and that's what Chris is using today. And they're $11.99 for those, and you get 8 papers in each.
All right. Now I got to find, I might just pull out that notebook.
Oh, yeah, we need a notebook. We need a notebook.
Yes. And for some reason, my problem was I was talking to my son while I was putting this stuff together. I'm going to blame him.
Oh, sure, yeah. If you can't blame your husband, blame your son,
that's right?
So she's putting that little piece on the top of the tablet, which is optional, but it looks pretty cool. Here's the one with the pink.
Yeah. It just adds
There's
a
one
little
without
something.
it, so you can see with and without it. We like to show you guys as many options as possible.
And then this is just going to slide in here, easy as can be, until I'm on video. Believe me, it does slide in. There we go.
She has slid them in and out a lot.
Okay, so now
I love it, Chris. Everybody is loving this.
Thank you. Oh, good.
And Pat says she's going to make them for Christmas. She thinks that this is going to be one of her favorite projects because it's useful and quick and looks great. And she's going to use Christmas paper for shopping lists.
Oh, how fun.
I love that idea.
Yes.
I love it when people share their ideas because we all learn from everybody.
Well, it gives us more ideas. And
it does.
I have, again,
stuff.
Yeah.
Is that
this is the ephemera because it's thinner.
So, and that I don't think is out here.
I had it out yesterday. I thought I must have mistaken.
She's using the gardenia ephemera, and then she's also using the gardenia chipboard to decorate this one. And man, you could get a lot of, if you got the collection pack and then your chipboard and your ephemera, and we're going to ring the bell and see if Janine comes again. You could make a lot of folios with that. Oh, Chris, I love that.
Well, I don't know. Is that getting too busy?
That's
Maybe
really
I should
neat.
do a. I love.
If we get
black.
the ephemera for gardenia. Sure. If it might be sold out. We're going to check and see.
You can always just go a little sideways.
Yeah, there's so many things you can do. Boy, and Chris is going to try to decide live.
Oh boy,
that makes it even a little more pressure. Or you can do it later, Chris. You can do that later.
It just kind of gives people an idea of. There, I kind of like that.
Thank you.
You could pop dot this on just to give it a little dimension.
So what we were looking for was these ephemera bits, and OMG. Look at the little hearts in the corner, the flowers. Have you seen those hearts? I know you have because you've got it. So I'm going to flip it over so you can see the back. It's got 145 pieces. So it's got all this good stuff. I don't have this yet, Chris. I think I need to get
I think you do too.
I think I'm going to have to get that.
I would probably pop dot this little word banner at home, but I'm not at home.
Oh, I like how you've got it kind of along the bottom of the leaves there, the foliage.
Well, yeah, overlap your stuff. It
kind of do groupings like Peggy says, small, medium, and large, I think she says.
Oh, really? Okay, that's good to know. I am. And then I might even use my glossy accents on this butterfly just to really pop him. That might be too even with that, but it's going to be fine.
I think it looks good.
All right, there you go. As easy as that. You've got one done.
So how does everybody like that? That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
And then I've got extra paper that I would probably make a little tag or
stick it inside.
Yeah. Or use the blue paper that I have left, make a little notebook or a little fold and decorate the front of that with this.
That's great.
And just to add a little something on there. So because I used blue, I have extra paper.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I have the extra.
Okay.
You're not going to have extra if you just use the pattern paper.
So it's 2 sheets of pattern paper,
Yes.
Chris, and then 1 sheet of, well, she used a color vibe,
Yep.
but you could use another coordinating piece.
Yeah, and there's this one. Well, I guess I did use the pink because I
really like that
this
color
is
vibe.
the one I went ahead and just made a little bookmark because this was too pretty to get rid of.
Yeah, I know. That's a scrap you cannot throw away.
No. And then the back of that one is, gosh, this paper
Yes.
is just too pretty. This is the vintage berry fields, is that correct?
Mm-hmm. That's a picture of that is what's on the directions. I think when you open that, I love this little stripe with the other paper. They just look amazing.
What did they call that? Ticking?
Yes, I couldn't think of it, but you are right.
I remember my grandpa and grandma's pillows when I'd go to change the sheets after we'd stay there. They were blue and white ticking.
Yeah, I was going to say blue and white, I remember, but I love the red and white.
But I used this,
Oh.
just to add a little something there. And then also
She's got a
here
little
and
piece
here,
of chipboard
yep.
there from the decorative brads, and I see
and
some
then
little
I
gems.
used the gems, yep.
And those are the Spring Lullaby gems.
Love those. And then on this one, I used the Bee collection. Kelly's going to
Be Happy.
Be Happy.
Be
Thank
Happy
you.
from Echo Park. It's been very popular.
And I used these little brads in there. I just put them underneath that first layer. You could go through the white if you wanted, but I didn't find it
Kind of
necessary.
cleaner like that.
And then I just used one of the cut-aparts on the
I
back.
didn't realize you had that on the back,
Yeah.
Chris.
So there you go. And what I was going to do, I know we don't have them right now, but we do have some that match nicely, other ones. I just like having something on there like that one has some sparkle to it.
This one she's put some of that chipboard we were talking about, chipboard pieces.
Yep. And
This one
gems.
she's got her hearts that she added glossy accents to, and the word hello.
I mean, you just,
Oh, those are perfect.
yeah, I
Those are
just
Winter
like
Wonder, are a really nice blue that go with this.
well, there's a lot of different blues in there that you can mix and match, and these are on order. Kelly ordered a bunch of them. And you don't need tons. You just need a few to add some sparkles.
So what we're making, for those of you that have questions, it's a 5x8 paper tablet holder, like a folio, and we do have printed directions with a diagram and a photo. It comes with a 5x8 tablet. It's just your basic 5x8 tablet. It's got 2 sheets of 100-pound white cardstock, and it's got your magnets. So your magnet is in there. It's one large basic gray magnet. If you have small magnets, what I would suggest is that you use 2, and you maybe put them maybe every third, like third of the way from the top. So if you have small magnets, I would just put on 2 instead of 1. You want this to hold really well so that it, people are going to be handling it and things, and you want it to work well.
Oh, exactly. And I had to change out the color. I like that color better. So there you go.
And right now we have the 100-pound paper has single sheets. We don't have packages of it, but we're going to look into getting some packs of it so that we would be able to have them. But we do have single sheets, and that is linked on the calendar. I think Janet could probably link it. They cost about the same as your normal cardstock. And the 100-pound cardstock, right now we have it in just white. Do we have a heavy black cardstock in 12 by 12? I'm trying to think if we do.
I don't
I guess I'll ring the
remember
bell.
one.
All right, we have regular craft cardstock, and you could sure use that if you wanted to. It wouldn't be as heavy duty as the 100-pound. Maggie, will you see if we have extra heavy black cardstock in 12 by 12? We used to. I don't know if we do. It was called licorice something.
Okay.
Okay, and the directions aren't available right now online. We didn't even think about that. So that's something we'll take a look at after the video here. And Chris just made one up for us.
I'll quit picking up.
On the spot with the gardenia, the blues in the Gardenia Classics paper. And it is beautiful, Chris.
Thank you.
And she's got her decorations. Oh, and the gems. Here's
some gems.
And she just added them randomly. And they're so small that I don't really think you have to worry about them peeling off or falling off. It's not like they're going to get...
And no, and this isn't something you're going to send through the mail anyway. In an envelope, you would have to put it.
Sure.
So you don't have to worry about that.
And Lisa said you could use it as food paper, so it could be a shopping list folder.
Oh, there you go.
And we did have some other ideas for other themes.
Yes. Let's
go over here, Chris.
Yes. I used individual pieces, but all the papers
they're all in there.
Are in there.
Okay. All right, well, I was thinking, I went around the store a little bit this morning, and I thought, well, golly, you could make one that's memory bound themed. You could get your memory bound paper, a couple sheets, and you could either get 3 sheets or get a coordinating piece, and we do have our die cuts.
Yes.
Those were showing out of stock, but they are not out of stock.
No, they're right here.
Chris, they love your project.
Oh, thank you. Well, thanks to Gloria for giving it to us in the first place.
Gloria really inspired us and got us going
did.
for sure. This is a summer. Maybe you want to make some notes about your summer fun. I think some of the things I write down are things that we do, and so that I can remember when I go back to scrapbook it.
And this has a sticker sheet with it, so then you could
be perfect for decorating.
Yeah, exactly.
Gail said if you do the grocery list, you could put coupons in the pocket.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay. And then here's another summer. This is called Endless Summer, and this one's a little more beachy.
Again, with a sticker sheet.
Yes.
And then if your kids do sports, you could write down all of your schedule.
Statistics and schedule and everything.
Yes. And again, you've got your sticker sheet, which is nice.
Yes.
It's
This
so
would
nice
be
to
nice
be able
for
to
a
decorate.
coach.
Oh, wouldn't it though?
Someone's asking if we have Harry Potter. Would you get the packs that are down there?
Wouldn't it be fun to make this for your kid's coach?
It would.
You know, what a nice gift.
And, write a little note on the first page.
Well, yeah, have all the players sign.
Oh, yes. They could sign the folio itself. All right, I love it.
And then this one is the here and there. So we've got travel. Again, the sticker sheet. Oh, I love all of these. Oh, my goodness.
Those would be really good,
Yes. But if you don't write things down while you're traveling, I tend to forget.
I do, too. We always make notes.
Especially what day I did what.
Or if you're planning your travel.
Yeah, because I like to know, okay, Thursday we went and did this. So it's kind of nice. Thank you, Maggie. Mm-hmm.
And this is a little different. This is the Vicky Bouton, and it's the crafting tablet. So this is not like the same exact papers. But if Chris opens it up just a little bit, you'll see it's got stickers. So I thought you could make several tablets with this.
Hold on.
It's got alphabet stickers, and it's got some other decorative stickers.
I don't want to.
And I thought this would be, well, you can just open it kind of a little bit if you have to.
All right, there we go.
It's tough to open.
I just didn't want to.
But this is a little different than most of our tablets. It's got your solids, which would coordinate really well, and then it has your pattern papers.
Oh, and cut aparts. Oh, look at that. You could write down what you did each day, where you ate.
It'd
I
be
love
really
it.
fun. And then in the front of it, it's got stickers that you could decorate with, and it's got alphabet stickers.
Oh.
So it's got words and alphabet stickers.
How nice is that?
And then it's got your larger stickers.
That's awesome.
And that's called a project pad. And then we had a question about Harry Potter. We have a lot of Harry Potter stuff. If you go online and you go to shopping and go to themes, there is a Harry Potter theme in that in the themes. A theme in the themes.
A theme in a theme?
And there's all kinds of stuff. And we've just got in these new, these are reorders.
I guess I should do the first one.
This Witches and Wizards. I think we have the first one and the second one.
And then this is number 2.
And we have Harry Potter die cuts. I think we've got the wands, and maybe we've got train paper. There is a lot of Harry Potter, so check that out. The 100-pound paper does not come in a pack at this time, but that's something we'll have to check out, and because I think it'd be great to have that. We do have individual sheets, so you can get individual sheets of that if you'd like, and they're just 79 cents. and then we're going to talk about next week.
That's right.
I'm like, I didn't even pause, Chris.
You were right on it. I can't believe.
Let's see what's happening next week. In June, we're talking about travel, and we're going to be doing a lot of different things with travel. Katie's got us all organized.
Isn't she, though?
Yes.
I'm almost afraid to come in when she's working.
She's doing our
sometimes.
calendar for us. And okay, let's just give a nice plug for Katie because she deserves it.
She's doing an awesome job getting the schedule done ahead of time.
It used to be we might not know what we're doing tomorrow or this today,
right?
Until we come in, and Katie's got us way out in the next couple months or 6 weeks.
She's got it.
So that is huge for us here at Memory Bound.
On Monday, Teresa's going to be here. Weekend Trip album.
Oh, she's got a really cute album. So we're doing an album on Monday,
and well, is it mini album week? No. Maybe
I think there's several albums.
Yeah, because on Tuesday, Katie's here with the Here and There travel album.
Ooh, that's going to be a good week.
And then Kim and Jennifer are here on the 7th with day trips because they love to take day trips together. So they are going to have an awesome album, I'm sure. The 8th?
The 8th is open, so it probably means it's Kelly.
I won't be doing it.
I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but I'll be here on the 8th.
I'll be leaving that day.
Chris has got plans.
Yeah, I'll be getting on a plane at 5:45. And on the 9th, it is Maggie. Oh my gosh, you guys, you are in for a treat. It is her 4th of July coaster kit.
Okay.
I'm going to be buying one before I leave because it is so stinking cute.
And it's not online yet, but it will be probably online later today.
You're in for a treat. You're going to love it.
It's bigger. It's like 3 coasters together, so it's really nice.
So that is.
So we've got travel next week, and we've got 4th of July, and we've got a surprise day.
And a day trip day with Kim and Jennifer. You guys don't get to see those too often.
I know, that's going to be fun.
That's going to be fun.
It's going to be really fun. Well, Chris, thank you so much for
You're
today.
welcome.
I think everybody loved it.
Good.
People are going to be making these because they are, once you start making them, they're fun, and you just think, oh, I could make one for this. I could make one for that.
Well, and you saw how quick it went. I mean, it's only 10:30.
It's awesome.
So, yeah.
So everybody have a wonderful weekend. Stop in and see us if you're in the area. We'd love to have you come in. And otherwise, you can catch us online or give us a call if we can help you. And we will be back on Monday.